This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Fisher versus Fisher. You all have known each other for over 40 years. You've known each other since you were teenagers.
Yes.
You've been married 8 years, but you, Mr. Fisher, believe that your bride is cheating. What is at stake if that is true?
Well, Your Honor, I took care of this woman from head to toe. And if I find out today that this woman has cheated on me, after me being so good to her, if I find out today that she cheated on me, this marriage is over.
You done?
I'm done.
Well, it's pretty clear, Mr. Cutler. He is done.
I know. Miss Fisher, you got a man who says he takes care of you. How do you respond to that?
No, sir. This man is crazy. I've never cheated on him. I've loved him since I was 15 years old. I'm very faithful, I'm very honest, and I'm submissive to this man.
Oh.
And have been.
All right. Now, you all keep talking about all these years that you've known each other. Tell me, how did you all meet?
Well, Your Honor, we met when we was kids. I used to live on the street where I grew up on.
Uh-huh.
And I used to be hanging out with my little partners on the street, and I'd be like, man, that's a bad little old baby right there, man. I gotta get that. And so, man, I just watched her for it, and then I went over to her one day when they was going to church, and I said, man, why don't you go out with me? She's like, man, I'm not going out with you unless you go to church.
So then?
Then one day I seen him going into church, and I was dressed kind of nice that day, so I went up in the church, and I sat where she can see me, and she seen me, her eyes got kind of big, and she smiled. I said, yeah, I'm in now, I'm gonna get this date. She went out with me, man. I was in love ever since, man. We was just inseparable, man.
So,
Miss Fisher, were you bluffing when you said that? Were you thinking
No.
there's nowhere in the world he's gonna show up in church?
I knew he wasn't gonna come because he was a bad boy. And this man was my first. I lost my virginity to him.
oh,
And
all right.
I fell in love with his intelligence.
All right, so we got this beautiful thing. You get him to go to church. You all have been together since then, or what happened?
No, actually, Your Honor, we had a 20-year breakup between them because when I was younger, she cheated on me. We had a baby, we was living life, we was living good. And this woman broke my heart, man, cheated on me, man. I could never forget when I left her.
And your heart was tore up.
Still tore up over it.
Tears come to your eyes.
Yes, ma'am.
The
ma'am.
hurt and the wound was that deep.
It's still there.
You know, you talk about time healing all wounds. This wound is still fresh.
20 years, you love somebody like you. I loved her, man. It's like, cut your heart in half, man. You get somebody, you just think a queen, she was a church girl, and the nice, I just was in love with her, man. And when she cheated on me, man, it just tore me apart.
So, Miss Fisher, how does it make you feel to see that it still hurts him that you cheated on him in the past?
It breaks my heart. I mean, it was a mistake that I made, and I've been regretting it since from then until now. And I tried to ease that pain, and I tried to ease his heart by letting him know that I love him and I would never cheat on him. It's been over 30-something years ago, and he still has that same pain. And I've been faithful. I've been loyal.
So
he still don't believe me. So that's why we're here.
All right, so you have this horrible breakup, it sounds like, for over 20 years.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you reconnect? I mean, because I'm thinking the way you welling up, you would be like, I don't ever want to see her again. So how did you get back together?
Well, Your Honor, it was out the blue. She just called me one night, man. I was like, who is this? She said, Patricia. I said, what? And then my heart started beating. Because this is the girl that I was messed up
This is the one.
over. Man, she called me, and I was like, I got to have her back.
Really?
I got to, and we hooked back up, and man, I married her like 30 days after we got back together.
Wow. 30 days later, you all were married.
Married.
Whoa.
I always knew she was a girl for me, but I just believe she doing the same thing she did to me when she was a kid.
So Miss Fisher, after 20 years, what made you decide to pick up the phone and start dialing, and how did that come about?
Well, I got tired. I was in a lot of bad relationships, and I got to thinking, I said, my first love was always good to me. And I called him, and ever since then, we've been together.
So you knew. It's like swans. Swans have one mate. That's
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
I don't care what, even if the other swan dies, that swan will never get with another swan.
Yes, ma'am.
So he's your swan.
He is my swan. He is my everything. He's He's my protector. He's everything to me.
Everything should be happily ever after, but it's not. Why? What happened?
Well, Your Honor, as our marriage carried on, I'm working hard, taking care of her. You know, I trusted her for a while. I mean, I guess I had a little trust for her. One night we laying in the bed, because we sleep, you know, close cuddled up and everything. So one night the phone call ring. I'm wondering who calling my house at 2 o'clock in the morning, my wife's phone.
Right.
So, you know, I got my ear open. I hear his voice, I say, who is that on the phone? So when she described who's on the phone, it's the same ex on the phone that she cheated on me with when we was kids. He on us, but check this out, y'all. Now listen to this. It ain't just a phone number on the phone. The dude's name is in the phone, so you got to program that in your phone for him to talk to you. And she says she don't have no communication with her exes.
Oh.
What he did was he called in regards to a family member that had gotten into some trouble. And I explained that to my husband. I even put him on the phone with the man. And he still didn't believe me.
Did you actually talk to the ex?
Yeah, I told him don't call her phone no more.
Yeah, well, I understand that.
Look, it was easy enough for you and Mr. Fisher to rekindle.
Yes.
It would be equally easy enough for you and this ex to rekindle what you had.
No, because what me and Mr. Fisher had were totally different. This guy was just one time and that's it.
Yeah.
Where his insecurities are coming from is he cheated the whole marriage, is what he's not telling you. That's where his insecurities are coming from.
Before we start deflecting, I want to know, do you have any other concerns about this ex or any other ex?
I got some more concerns, another reason why I think she's cheating.
Okay, tell me about it.
Can I go to the board and show you?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Step over, please.
Go on over there.
So I'm gonna lie on
What
this.
we got?
Go on.
Okay, Your Honor. She's sitting on the side of the bed, putting on her hygienes or whatever. I look on her back, there's scratches on her back. How you get scratches on your back? It's like, I don't know. What scratches you talking about? So I take her to the mirror. I tell her to turn around and look in the mirror. She look in the mirror. Oh, them scratches probably got in there when I was in the shower or something. Watch this, Your Honor. The scratches is in this area, up and down. That's where your scratches should be.
If you're scratching
your own back.
Okay.
Because you reaching back here doing this.
Right. Watch this, Your Honor. The scratches that was on her back was going like this. Indicating that I was in some passion and pulling when these scratches got up in my back.
Oh.
Oh, so they were horizontal, like somebody was reaching
Sean,
around.
They in her back like somebody done been, you know, embracing
her
her.
in.
Yeah.
When Mr.
Okay, you
Fisher
can step back.
thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes, ma'am.
When he asked you and suggested that this had happened, what was your response?
I looked at him like he was crazy because I'm
See?
double jointed. So I have a medical condition, so my skin is always itching. So I can reach my own back. Here.
No, you don't
here,
scratch. Don't nobody
here.
scratch their back coming
My back,
across
my
like
skin
this,
comes-
way
it
up in the
itches-
middle. Come
it
on.
itches
Are you
all the
serious?
time.
Now, Mrs. Fisher?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you think that the reason he's throwing all these accusations, you deflected. And you said it's him.
It's him. It's been him.
Tell me about that.
Well, the first time I noticed that Mr. Fisher had been cheating on me is a young lady came in my driveway honking her horn. Oh, she just kept honking like she was crazy. She just kept honk.
At your home?
Yes, so I'm in my driveway, so I'm looking out the window like, who is this? He's like, oh, I'll go out there and see who it is. I looked, they was gone. I looked across the walkway. They was back in the on the side of the road. I guess he was arguing with her about coming to my house.
I got an explanation for my cheating, though, Your Honor.
Huh?
Okay, so it was cheating.
Yeah, I have cheated. I cheated on her a bunch of times.
But you cheated on her a bunch of times.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you telling me you have brought your wife here, accusing her of cheating, and this entire marriage you have been cheating?
Look
Yes,
at my, look
ma'am.
what she done to me, Your Honor.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes, ma'am.
You got some real gall
you.
coming up in my courtroom, crying and everything, and accusing her, and you doing what you doing dirt on your own.
Because she done did me like she done did me, Your Honor.
So-
I got to have somebody if we don't end up
I
making.
got a
So,
feeling
so Mr. Fisher, is that the only reason you got back with her so you could get back at her?
Yes.
Probably. It probably is, Your Honor.
Really?
You're right. It could be.
So love ain't
But I
got
love
nothing to do
her
with
though.
this.
But if she proved to me that she ain't cheating, she ain't hurt me like she hurt me when I was a kid, it's gonna be fixed. But right now, my insecurities got me doing what I do.
So you don't love this woman.
You just assuming that if she passes the test, she's gonna have you after this.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
I was her, I'd be like deuces.
Your Honor. But see, you don't understand, Your Honor.
I got proof right here.
Did you? Okay, let me ask this. Did you know about this beforehand?
Well, after I got in his phone, I found those.
Okay, so
And that
this,
was last month.
this is from his phone. It's a text message from another woman, and it reads, "I don't want to lose you, but always remember that I do love you."
And this was last month.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is from some woman he's been seeing.
Yes.
Yes. I ain't gonna lie, Your Honor, I've been cheating.
How many different women?
I can't count them.
Can you give me a ballpark?
About 10, 15.
10 or 15 women.
Yes, sir.
And you don't feel any remorse about this.
Not at all.
I mean, this
It
is.
sounds like the whole purpose for him getting back with her is so he could take the superior position. And it's like, well, I took you back so I get to do what I want to do. I took you back, I provide for you so I can do whatever I want to do, but you can't do what you want to do. That's what it sounds like.
This is the pinnacle of petty. I mean, I ain't never seen more petty than this.
I mean, I'm a truthful man, Your Honor. Every person I ever cheated on her with, if she asked me, I done told the truth. I told her about it.
I'm a good woman, though. I've never done anything to you.
I gotta ask Mr. Fisher, when was the last time you were with another woman sexually?
Probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I had no idea.
It's the same woman I told you that's my side piece, and she don't pass this test, so I'm gonna be with.
I don't need you to tell me that you are just openly cheating because of something that happened 20 years ago.
It's well over 20 years ago.
Your Honor,
Hold on. I just want to, and Ms. Fisher, I'm not saying that two wrongs make a right. And so we're here today to find out if you have cheated.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're here for.
That's what I want him to see.
And look at the evidence that we have
Yes, sir.
about whether you've cheated or not.
Exactly.
We've got the fact that you cheated in the past, which
Right.
you admitted to.
Right.
We've got the 2 a.m. call from your ex, and we've got the scratches on your back. And for all of those reasons, Mr. Fisher believes you're cheating.
No, sir. He'll see today.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to call Tommy Platt, licensed polygraph examiner, to determine, is she cheating? Rod, order it. How are you, sir?
Good, Your Honors.
Could you share for the court record your credentials?
Yes, ma'am. I have over 30 years' experience in the United States military and in law enforcement. I have been a licensed polygraph examiner for over 11 years and conducted nearly 3,000 exams.
Not your first day.
No, ma'am.
You conducted a polygraph examination of Mrs. Fisher.
Yes, ma'am.
She was asked a series of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
You asked Ms. Fisher, since being married to your husband, have you had sexual intercourse with any other man? What was her response to that question?
She stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was telling the truth.
Ms. Fisher, you described yourself as a good woman, and, I don't know if I agree with that.
I am a good woman.
I don't know if you're a good woman. You are an incredible woman if you have stayed with him through all this.
I've been through hell.
You've been vindicated. Do you have anything that you want to say to Mr. Fisher?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh, she got a statement.
Can I approach him?
Okay.
These are for you. For all the cheating, all the hurt, all the lies that you've done to me, all the breakdown that you've done to me, I'm done. I'm good.
That's for you.
And I want to thank you guys very much for clearing my name. And he had a good woman.
I need to say this to you. I'm glad that you had enough sense of self to say, I ain't got to put up with this.
No, ma'am,
I
I
know who
don't.
I am, and I know whose I am.
Exactly.
Godspeed to your new life.
Thank you.
So,
Mr.
Mr. Fisher, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should.
I am, young.
I mean, seriously, not just lip service. You should actually be ashamed of yourself and should not even be able to look at yourself in the mirror. I don't know how you do it every morning. I don't know.
I know now it was just my craziness, man. I know I was wrong, but I don't know. I feel sorry for what I did.
Well, when you leave here, you need to go talk to our counselor, Dr. Jeff, because you need some help. You need some counseling. You need to figure out how to be a better person, and he can help you do that. So I'm ordering you to go see Dr. Jeff when you leave here today.
All right, young.
As we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a happy and a healthy relationship. Court is adjourned.